The whole idea of double digging is that you double dig to do a bio-intensive garden. Bio-intensive garden means that you're trying to grow as much plants as possible on a very small area of land, i.e. our very small backyard. As you see, there's not a whole lot of extra room back here, but we still want to be able to garden, so it's to our benefit to try and work a little bit harder right now to dig out the garden beds and then be able to plant more in them to give us lots of yummy vegetables this summer. My dear wonderful husband is giving me a break from digging right now, and he is starting the next bed where he's taken the grass off the top right now so that we don't turn it under into the garden and we keep the dirt pretty clean.
Yeah, all the roots from this grass hold the dirt together, so it makes it stay in big clumps, and then the new roots will be blocked.
And it's much harder to dig out to keep the dirt. When you're digging it, it gets much more clumpy if you've got the grass on top of it. I was a little skeptical of this at first, but I'm seeing that this is a much better idea.
It's important never to stand on the part you've done already. Once you've made the bed, the idea is to have as much air in there as possible for it to be fluffy. The fluffier the soil, the more that the plants can have their roots go straight down instead of having to go look side to side, and that lets you put more plants closer together.
Now Alex is starting to do the first layer of digging again, and he's digging it down, and then he's tossing that dirt over into our last bed right there. And he is breaking up those clumps as he tosses them over so that you have a nice friendly soil for the plants. As you can see, he's piling that dirt high on the previous trench that we dug, and that's just fine because it's fluffy, so it'll kind of fall down a bit as over time as it gets watered, and we will actually even put another layer of compost on top of that.
It's also good at the trailing edge of your ditch to make sure you haven't left a ridge underneath that's not actually dug up. If you were to do each trench in kind of a bowl shape, you'd end up with some negative space in between them that you wouldn't be able to tell when you're done, but there's a hidden place under there where the roots can't go down all the way.
So then the next step is, once you've dug down the first foot, then you want to take your pitchfork, basically make sure you get a strong one. I've already broke one this year. So you want to make sure it's sturdy. The shape of the handle is your basic D-shaped handle. It's good for kind of gripping, and you also want there to be enough tine on the side that you can stick your foot on it when you're trying to go down like that. And these have nice wide tines on the bottom, which is really good for dirt to pull it up and out. So if you're not actually going to pull any dirt out, now you're just going to take the fork and you're going to push it down as much as it can go into the soil. Your first year, the idea is you get it down maybe another 6 inches, and then subsequent years afterwards you get it down just a little bit further. This is our first year to dig out this bed, so you're just going to get, I'm only getting about another 6 inches down. So then you want to pull it out. You're just basically kind of think of it as sticking your fingers down in the dirt and making it all nice and aerated, even a little bit further down, even if you're not going to pull the dirt out. So go through, stick this down, and you're just pulling the dirt up, and then also again making sure that there are no huge clumps, because that is not good for your plants, because they won't be able to get through it with their roots. You're just breaking up anything there is in there, shaking it off a little bit. And then from there, you continue going out as far as you want to go. Our beds are about 5 feet wide, and this one's going to be about 25 feet long. You want to try and keep them about no more than 5 feet wide, maybe even a little shorter, depending upon how long your arms are. I'm tall, I got long arms. You want to be able to reach to the middle from either side. So if I'm standing right here, I want to be able to pick something right in the middle. And then I can go around to the other side and pick something from the other side.
So now we're back where we started, huh?
Yep, so now we're back where we started, and we're going to start another one. We'll just keep working our way down the line. So this is the bed that we were double digging a couple weeks ago. As you can see, we've got the potatoes over here have kind of taken off. We've got a little pepper plant here. We've got some corn over here, and we've planted beans right next to the corn. The idea is once the corn grows up, the beans can use them as a trellis, and it can make its way up. Hopefully the corn keeps up with the beans. The beans just like to go in pretty fast, so we'll see how that works. We've also got some little lettuces over here, which we didn't have much hope for, but are actually doing fairly decently. They were kept in a very small little seedling tray while we were in Europe for 5 weeks. And then I've got radishes around them, which the idea is that they will kind of detract from the slugs eating the lettuce. And then over here, we've got some really nice lettuces that look like they're almost probably ready to pick even. Going crazy. Enjoying all the water and the sunlight lately. We've had a lot of extra rain this spring, which has made for some interesting issues. But altogether, water is always fun. So that's the garden, and then hopefully this weekend we're going to do another section of it. So we shall see how that goes.